Hi, I'm Emma, Camp Tuku's counselor in training. Today I'm going to show you how to make a reusable bag out of just an old t-shirt and some scissors on Camp Tuku Live. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut these sleeves off.
What I like to do is start cutting from the bottom and work my way up to the top, but you can start from the top and go to the bottom. So now you're going to flip it over and start working on the other side. And there's no perfect way to do this. All right, and you're done with step one.
And now that your shirt looks a little bit like this, you're going to want to cut the neckline for the next step.
Okay, so just as I'm doing, you're going to want to start cutting the neckline. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just remember.
So now that your shirt looks something like this, for the third step, you're going to want to cut about 1.5 inches from the bottom of the shirt.
So you're just going to want to start cutting about 1.5 inches from the bottom. And it doesn't have to be a perfect straight line, but just try to make sure that you get at least enough material for the bottom to do some designs. All right, and now on to the fourth step.
So now that you've cut the bottom, you're going to want to cut the shirt into little slits, and I'll show you how to do that.
Okay, so just like this, you're going to want to cut slits into the bottom, so at the end you can make little knots and make it super cute. So you're just going to want to cut, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be the same size. All right, and we're all done with the fourth step.
So after your shirt looks like this, the fifth and final step to making a reusable bag out of an old shirt is to double or triple knot these strands together.
So you're going to want to double knot these strands, and you can just cut the length of the strands to however much you need to knot it. So at first I started by cutting off like 2 inches, and then I cut it to more so I could double knot it.
And when you're done with the fifth step, you're all good. If you want to see these strands when you're using this bag, you can just keep it as is. Or you can tie it inside out if you don't want to see them, like this. And thanks so much for joining in on today's episode of Camp Tuku Live, where nature meets joyful minds. Please give us a like and consider sharing this activity with your friends and family members at home too. See you next week.